Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Hello, everybody. I am coming on early. We have live going on at 3 p.m. So just wanted to jump on a couple minutes early just to give everybody some time and just so I can make sure we don't have any technical difficulties, which Instagram is really great. If anybody was wondering, we get on live pretty quickly, so just gonna give it a couple of minutes here. How's everybody doing? Today's Wednesday. We're halfway through the week. It has been so hot over here where I'm at. If it's hot where y'all are, put that fire emoji down there. Put that fire emoji down there. I'm just gonna kind of free flow and talk to you guys about everything and nothing at the same time until we start. So Wednesday testimony, Wednesday testimony, Wednesday testimony, Wednesday testimony. I want to make sure this is good. Wednesday testimony, Wednesday. We got I Am Ray John coming on, official I Am Ray John coming on, which is exciting. We got some exciting stuff for you guys to hear. And I'm excited to talk about music. Music. Wednesday testimony. So what's going on? How hot is it over there? You guys comment below how hot it is, where you guys are, what degree it is. Right now it is boom. I can't even see. I think it said it was like 80 or something, but it feels kind of like 90. I may be exaggerating because all these lights on me, all lights on me. But yeah, exciting. Oh, while we wait, I didn't even realize that this past Wednesday or Thursday was like my 3-month anniversary of doing the whole C. Ray Says testimony, Wednesday interviewing and testimonies. So that's super exciting. It hasn't really been consistent, as you guys have seen. I kind of took like a middle break there, so I guess technically it would be 2 months if we're being honest with each other. But yeah, it's exciting. I wanted to share that. I thought it was important to share that. I'm going to be making some videos with a little bit of clips of all the people that have been coming on live and joining me and sharing their stories, which I very much appreciate, because for one, it's like weird when a stranger reaches out to you. Some of them I knew and some of them were completely new, but now we have such, beautiful and important friendships because of us coming together and reaching out and talking about the youth topics that we talk about. So I thought that was really important. And yeah, that's super exciting. That really made me feel nice about the stuff that I'm doing, just because it was like, oh wow, this is something that you were being super consistent on. And I did get a little down and out, and I was a little bit hard on myself as far as not staying consistent, which is gonna happen because we're human. The only suggestion I have for that, and only reminder, is just to be kind to yourself, even in the hard times. Even if you're really bagging on yourself, because we're our worst critics, right? So especially when you're being hard on yourself, just try your best to be conscious of that, to recognize that, and be kind to yourself, because life is a process. And I always like to tell myself hey, I didn't complete this certain big plan or whatever, but I'm starting. And for me, that's such a big thing, just because I never start anything, let alone finish anything. So the fact that it has been 2-3 months that I have been doing this, it's just really amazing to me and super awesome to me that I was able to stick through to that. It's been a couple months doing kind of self videos and self just making sure our guest here is jumping on. making self videos. So the actual plan was to go out and talk to real deal people in, you know, the community, and, you know, within the community, and just like literally random strangers. The goal about that was, you know, to just motivate others to do the same. I know the number one thing that was holding me back for the longest time is like I didn't feel confident to go and talk to people and share this kind of information with people, especially that I know that nobody wants to listen to anybody talking about youth homelessness or child trafficking or, you know, poverty within the young people. So it was definitely hard. Not that people don't want to talk about it, just like it's, you know, a sensitive topic. But I have myself and told myself that that is no reason or excuse to dismiss the conversation for what's at hand. So that was the original idea that I wanted to do, but of course COVID happened, and so I just wanted to make sure that everything was good with COVID, and I was like following the rules and regulations, and I am getting impatient just with everything, but I do want to let you guys know that it has been a good time frame as far as like being patient and buckling down at home. It has definitely given me the time that I have needed for many years now to really just have some space where there's no, you know, 8 to 5 or anything, and really think and grow and learn about what I truly want to do. Because for the longest time I was just doing like all this different kind of like work and stuff, and it wasn't really satisfying until I started like working with the youth like in the schools, and then my last job. So yeah, that's that. So the encouragement there is just go for it, just do it. People want to hear about these things, but they're looking for the people that want to tell them, because a lot of times like people are fearful of talking about these topics just because it is such a heavy and sensitive topic, and then sometimes people will even be closed off and act like they don't want to hear it or look like they don't care, but really they're just processing and they're just taking it in because it's a real realization and truth. And a lot of these times these people may be parents or grandparents or nieces and nephews, so it's difficult. So just try to be mindful about everybody and all parts in it, and yeah, just keep doing, you know, what you're doing. I'm excited for the next 3 months, I guess. What is it? We're in August, September, October, November, December. Yeah, 3-4 months. December, I'm probably going to take like a little real vacation break from everything. I am going to be working on crafting content before that time frame, so that way it's not like I'm just like ghost for a whole month, and I keep up with the platforms and stuff like that. So yeah, but I'm excited for the next 3 months. I think the next 3 months is definitely gonna be a hard push for me. The first 3 months of me doing this was me really just taking my time with it, like being kind to myself, really just learning it, because this is the first time I've ever done something like this, as far as like, you know, taking time to truly see what I want to work on and how I am going to translate my purpose and my passion to other people. So I think the next 3 months is definitely going to be something where it's going to be no excuses. Of course, obviously take care of yourself and be mindful of yourself, but really push your limits, and push your boundaries in a positive way, because boundaries are great. And yeah, I'm excited to see what's going on. Hopefully I can try and figure out how I can do more one-on-one time with people, do little skits and stuff like that, but we'll see what comes. And I think my co-host is a little behind, which is cool. We can just sit here and chat. I got a little list just in case of anything, so we'll kind of like talk about some of those things that are going on. So we could play catch up with Chelsea in the meantime. How's everybody doing? If you guys are present, drop the purple heart in the comments and the raising the hands to celebrate all of us being here together. Hi Ariel. What's going on? Wicked World 610. 610. How's it going? Oh, plant update. My plants are surviving. They love me so far. they're surviving. I'm surviving them. That didn't make sense. So yeah, on top of like the next 3 months and everything, I've actually, this is a good topic. I've actually been thinking about a blog again. So I don't know if you guys saw my Instagram story. I uploaded it a little bit ago, and it was just asking if I should do a blog and like what kind of topics I should share and stuff. I have a couple topics that I have in mind, but I wanted to see what everybody thought based off of the content that I was delivering, what you guys think, would be good to share. For those of you who like know me, you guys know that I, love writing. I love, putting things down on paper and stuff. It's not something, it's kind of like one of those things that you really love doing and then you kind of like fell off from it or whatnot. So yeah, I am thinking about starting to do that. Obviously, there's a lot going on. There's a couple of different stuff that I'm doing. So it's probably going to be something that I'm going to be scheduling, maybe like doing a blog like once a week or twice a week. And then we'll see how it goes from there. So that way I'm not like, doing too much or overwhelming anything, and making sure like my other priorities are being kept up with. So I think our friend here is coming on. So not yet. Give it a second. So yeah, that's that. So let me know in the comments if you guys think that I should do a blog or what I should talk about. It's really, really awesome. And I actually did a poll on the Instagram story, so go ahead and check that out and vote. And I think our co-host is on. I'm gonna give him a couple seconds. Whenever you're ready, just drop a thumbs up in the comments. But yeah, I'm super excited about that. Either way, I still think that a blog is definitely something that's on my list as far as stuff to do. Hey, what's up? So yeah, without further ado, we will follow up towards the end in regards to the blog and everything else. But I am going to get our co-host on so we can get this live rocking and rolling. Wednesday testimony. Dum-dum-dum. Wednesday testimony. What's up? Quick 671. How's it going, Chu? Thank you for dropping in. Appreciate all of you guys. 8 a.m. on Guam time, so I definitely appreciate the Chalu coming on to join us bright and early. Can you guys let me know if there's like a lag going on here? I think, hey!
Good morning.
What's up? How you doing? Good morning.
It's good. It's good.
Thank you for jumping on, man. I appreciate it. I know it's just the sunrise just came up over there.
Yeah, no, thank you for having me on. I think this is really dope. This is like super cool. I also have my daughter who's doing her thing.
You're good. You're good. She can jump in too. It's all good. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of jump in and introduce you to everybody, and then we'll go ahead and go through like music and stuff like that, and then we'll jump onto the team questions that we have. So everybody, this is official. I am Ray John. Super awesome. He's a Guam singer and songwriter. He is the president of New Wave Guam, and they have "Leave the House" by Tanya J, which is streaming now. So check that out. We'll talk a little bit more about that towards the end as well.
Yeah.
So thank you for being on once again.
Well, thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
Of course. Yeah. I thought we could just jump in and talk a little bit about music. Maybe you can talk about like your journey with music, how music has maybe impacted you in any way that it has. And then go over maybe, what kind of tips and stuff, maybe you could suggest as far as using music as a positive tool?
Um, man, so I've been doing music for quite some time, and it's something that I realized that I want to do, and I want to make like my life, like my career, and that there's money made in the with this passion that I have and that I love doing. Um, but um, but and there's my girl. Yes, baby.
That's cool. She's our background.
Yes,
She's
love.
our background.
You want?
She's gonna be our
Okay, so I'll
co-host
just
too. That's our second co-host right there.
yeah, yeah. But yeah. With with music, the like a tip that I can give is just if you know that this is what you want to do, you know what I mean, and you know that um that there's really nothing else that you want to do, you know. Um, I mean, if you're like me, you're gonna try like 8, 20 different things before you even commit. I mean, because I was committed to music, but I also went and ventured out and tried other things. You know, I went to school for film. I went to school for nursing. Um, I did retail. Um, I did sales, construction. You know what I mean? And it all just brought me back to to music. And it's like, nope, I really don't want to do anything else. I hate everything else. I just want to do music. And everything with it. It's not even just writing and recording. It's helping others as well that want to make music. You know, and that's where I find a passion as well is through helping others. But, but yeah, that's what I got for that.
Right. Yeah. No, thank you. I think that like that makes sense. Coming from just kind of like working with kids and working with young people and just young people in general. I think that sometimes like not to say that this is your situation, but a lot of times with my personal experience and also experience coming on with other people as well, we're sometimes kind of fearful of, like you said, committing to one certain thing.
Mhm.
So we tend to kind of like branch out, which is not a bad thing. It's actually a good thing in general, just because like, film school, that was cool, that was good, because then you know how to like film music videos and stuff like that, and then the retail and all that other stuff. But just the fact that you going through all of that and doing all those different stuff brought you back to music just shows, your strong passion and purpose, within it, especially you wanting to um, work in music to help other people to create music as well.
Mhm. Exactly. Um,
So, uh-huh.
oh, no, no, go ahead. I'm so sorry. I was just gonna ramble.
Yeah, so as far as like music and stuff like that, I saw that you're the president of New Waves Guam. Do you want to talk a little bit about that and your journey about that, and maybe give tips or advice as far as like being that president, and advice to maybe the younger people that may want to be in that same role and take that thing on as well?
Oh yeah. Um, uh, with New Waves, it was a long journey. It was um, so I met up with Raj. I got connected with Raj about 4 years ago, almost 4 years ago, and it was just to make music. It was just to help with um, to bring content to make music, right? And one thing led to another. It was all right. Keep coming in, keep making music. um, did you want to help hit keys? And he was like, did you want to run with it? Um, but it was always just a topic. It was always just a subject of a topic of discussion. Um, it wasn't until like a recent where we just ran, and we decided to just do it, just go for it. Um, and I don't know why I'm having such a brain fart. But
You're good.
but yeah, it wasn't until recently, we had Flacco with us, and he gave it the name, and um, um, like really helped foundate what it is today. And then Raj, met up with the lawyers. Hey, what's up, John? John the Prodigy is also one of the kids. A young man that that has been working with us at New Waves. Really talented artist. But yeah, back to New
Welcome,
Waves.
welcome.
um, yeah, founded it. The name, the logo, pretty much the um, helped solidify the vision that we all had, and we just ran with it. And uh,
Yeah.
I really loved everything it stood for. I love art in all forms, and a part of that creative process for everybody. And and then with the whole industry, everyone's like "F the industry," but and when you dig deep, I understand why, and that's something, and that's the change that I wanted to make. I wanted to make sure that artists are getting bigger payouts. um, because if you really dig deep, man, they get in as low as high as 4%. You know what I mean? Um, which is something that I wanted to help change, um, and help put them on the right track to getting paid for this stuff. And here on Guam, I was doing it for a long time before I even saw a dollar. And um, and I know that was probably the biggest reason why that was because I tried other things. It's like if I'm not getting paid doing this, because at the end of the day, we still got to make a living. We still got to eat. We still got to take care of our families, and um, it's supposed to be a career. If we're just doing this for craps and giggles, then um, I really don't see no gain from it. But which was not the case. I really did see a gain, a growth, a need that needed to happen here, and me, Raj, and Flacco both, all three of us knew that, and that's why we ran with it.
Nice, nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to touch on how you were saying as far as like like not getting paid for the work that you're doing, and then also like, just kind of going off of that, and then to the second part on that, which we'll get to, was keep coming in and keep doing what you're doing, and keep showing up to eventually get that in. So the first part to that is I totally agree, and I think that this is a good topic that we can cover on, just because like me myself, this thing right here that I'm doing. I'm not getting paid to do this either. This is just my personal stuff. I mean, yes, we need to make a living and things like that. And I try to figure out different avenues like I can do that. And I've been actually getting ideas off of like, creating things and selling it, or people who are interested in purchasing it, doing it like that, and just different kind of avenues and revenues. But it is true. And that's why I wanted to talk about, because it does happen, and totally off topic, but kind of is on topic. I don't know if you guys follow Gary Vee, but I definitely recommend him. He's like a motivational speaker, and he's always talking about business, giving tips about life. And the only thing that attracts me to him and really makes me stick with him is the fact that he's always showing up for people, always willing to advocate for people. Um, to give advice to people for free. Obviously, he has the services where you can go and purchase like whatever, but he's always there showing up. And not only that, he always recommends like going out there and hustling. Like even if that means you're getting paid low, or even that means you're not getting paid at all. And don't get me wrong, again, we do need to make a living, and we have families and bills we gotta pay. But if you're in a space where you're able to really work hard at your purpose and your passion and what you believe you want to do, definitely going and free flowing, networking with people. And that's what I'm doing right now. Like I literally messaged you, I hit you up about what I was doing, and you're kind and awesome enough to want to jump on. And I do it to people all over the United States, and hopefully even outside of the country, with that. So that was a good thing to mention. And then the second part to it, which I just forgot. Now I'm having a brain fart.
No, you're good. Yeah, you're good.
The second part, what was the second part? Dang.
Think.
Right,
Six, six.
right. It'll come to me. It'll,
Mm,
showing up and keep coming in. So you were
mm,
saying that, like, just show up, keep jumping into the studio, keep doing your thing. And I wanted to kind of emphasize on that part too, because I know a lot of the times it's like we have this image, right? This expectation and this goal of whatever it is we want to do. And we expect that, like, to flip over in like a week or a month. And I think
mm,
it's very important to share with, like the young people or just anybody out there, that it's super important to keep consistent. And I'm saying this like I know it, or like I sound confident like I do it, but trust me, I don't always do this. It does get hard. It will get hard. You will
mm,
want to quit, and you will want to give up. But if you know deep down that this is what you want to do, show up every single day, do what you got to do
mm.
every single day, and it'll happen.
Yeah, because I quit. Like I was doing the consistency thing. I was going in every single day, staying from morning to night. Um, just really going ham and just really doing music like 24. Well, not really 24/7 because I did have a 9 to 5. But those times that I did have my on my off days, and even when as soon as I got off, I was straight in there. Like even if I got off at like 12 midnight, like when I would close, I would go straight there. Wouldn't leave till like 4 o'clock in the morning. Go to work again in the morning, and and then it just got so tiring, and I was really like, why am I doing this? If if I kind of lost the passion, you know what I mean? But and then so I was like, you know what? Maybe I need to take a break. Maybe I need to move away from music, and I did. And I just focused on myself and getting myself together, and to find that I needed music, and that music really is where I want to be for the rest of my life. And and sometimes it takes breaking up with it. You know what I mean? Sometimes it takes leaving it, and sometimes it takes um, being alone and just wallowing in your misery, and to realize that you miss it. And that was the case for me. And after that, I didn't want to go a day without it. You know. Yep.
Yeah.
But yes, consistency is key. Is the key.
Yes, no, definitely. And to piggyback off of what you said, to just show the importance of what you just said, that sometimes it does take that breaking away from it. Because
Mm-hmm.
even me, I was working and I stopped working in February, and I was working at a homeless shelter with youth. And after that, it kind of like, after I left there, I kind of like lost myself a little bit. I was a little down about it. I was wondering like what was I gonna do? Like how was I gonna survive? Like just like all the anxiety of, like not working anymore coming in. And then
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like I took a break, but this break was not like any regular break, like, oh, I'm just gonna take a break just to take a break. This was a break that was very necessary for me to take, that I wasn't able to take for a couple of years, just because I was
Mm-hmm.
too busy like filling my life with just work, 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 school, school, school. So I took a couple months. I didn't plan on doing any work and stuff. I, was okay to take a couple months off financially. And so I started just kind of like really relearning myself, relearning me, relearning who Chelsea was. So it is important that you covered on that. So that's a great topic. And for anybody who may watch it, if you guys, do kind of go through a downhill and kind of step away from whatever your passion and purpose is, don't, deny it, go with it, flow with it, because whatever your purpose or your passion is, it's going to come back to you. Just like you said, you kind of strayed away from music, and then after a while, you realize that that's something you wanted to do. And just like me, after a couple months of having taken that break, and kind of like not diving in, because I was already like applying at other youth jobs. I was already applying at like other nonprofits and stuff like that, but then I was like, what, like maybe I just shouldn't. I think that I'm okay to kind of like take a step away, so maybe I should really like take that time to reflect. And now it's like I'm doing this kind of stuff. I'm doing more like educational video stuff for youth as well. And like you said, I don't want to stray away from it now. I'm like kind of like click to it again.
Yep. No, yeah. And and in the end, that's the goal, right? You're trying to end up where you want to end up. And sad to say, some people don't. I shouldn't have said that because that's like the messed up part about it. But but for the most part, you do.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think that it's important to say that, you know what I mean? It does sound messed up, and it is sad that sometimes some people don't make it, but that's the reality of it and that's the truth of it. And I think that we should share that part, like the hard
Mm,
parts about it and the ugly parts about whatever we go through. We should share that with others, because then it's gonna motivate others to open up, and not to do it in a way to bag each other down, like, oh, yo, you
no,
didn't like it, you know what I mean? But just to like motivate each other, like, oh yeah, like, that didn't work out or whatever, but like what's next or whatnot.
mm, no, yes, it's um uh, to kind of share an experience, right? And to, like I don't want to end down that way. So, uh, what steps can I take to not end up there? And then, oh, I know this works. You know what I mean? It's
Yes.
it's knowledge. Yeah, it's just knowledge to gain and knowledge to give to others as well. and and that's why I like collaborating. You know what I mean? Is because there's always something to learn from somebody else that you don't know, and vice versa. Um, but some people don't feel that way, and that's fine. But that's my no, brain fart again. I'm having a hard
That's
time. Yeah,
your
but
sad
yeah.
part,
Hmm.
your opinion.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, no, definitely. Some people are not gonna get with you. But what I found through like sharing these hard topics, because I've shared like personal, like nitty gritty deep stuff, not like all the time, you know what I mean, but when I feel like there's a situation, or there is a opportunity to share something I feel that I've gone through to help
Hmm.
somebody else in the current situation that they're in, I sometimes, like, it chokes me up, man, and I'm being honest, it chokes me up, guys. To anybody that comes across, it chokes me up, but we have to like work at getting over that, so that way we can share, because we were basically put in this into this world not only to fulfill our purpose or whatever our mark is in this world or whatever, but also to share with others. And what I found of sharing this nitty gritty stuff, and these are people that are stubborn as heck. These are people that didn't want to hear nothing. These were people that were like bagging on, me or other people, because it's like, oh, like you're too good or whatever. And I'm like, no, dude, it's not about that. But then these people turned around and they come and they be like, hey, like, like that was really deep and that was really serious, and you just like changed my whole mode.
Mm,
And, I'm sorry for bagging on it, or I'm sorry for thinking, this way. So I want everybody to understand that, there are going to be people out there like that. And the people like us that are willing and open to share, that's just something like, that's just the name of the game. That's just something we got to take those punches. And even as I'm saying it, man, I'm like getting goosebumps because I don't always act that out. I
mm,
don't always, like, sometimes I want to be like, bro, what? Like, like getting
mm,
frustrated, but it's really important to remember that that's just the name of the game that comes with it, and that's just our job to kind of like fight through that, because these people, they want the help, they want to learn. It's just all our insecurities can get in our way, and it can
mm,
translate out into, like, hate or denying or whatever the case is.
mm. No, yeah, agreed. I freaking agree. Yeah.
Yeah. So, before we go into the team questions, drum roll. I know that's difficult and challenging. I really like appreciate. Oh well, I guess we can actually get into the questions because it might make more sense what I was about to say towards the end. But yeah, how did you feel about the questions that I asked?
Oh, the,
I know
I
that
feel like
sometimes
I feel like they were great. I felt like the questions weren't too um it, they were broad
invasive.
enough. Yeah, like they were broad enough for me to ramble and still make sense, but still um but it was still focused. You know what I mean? And um yeah, I definitely loved your questions.
I'm glad to
Yeah.
hear that. That's super good. I know that when I ask those two specific questions, everybody is like, "Whoa, Chelsea, like, hold up," because it's definitely
Mm,
like a really deep, detailed question, and it definitely brings us back to that space when we were an adolescent and we were a teenager, and it might not
mm,
always be like the happiest moments, which is okay. You know what I mean? Everybody, just because we live and we learn. Even when I asked
mm,
myself those questions, I was just like, it really made me reflect. And I legit, like, the first time I did it, before I even asked my first guest um, to come on and to do the questions and everything like that, which I think she's on here as well, Youth Coach Tay. I asked myself those questions and I legit wrote like a whole page and a half. And it felt good. It was scary at first, but then it felt good as well because I was able to release in some
mm,
kind of way. And even though I've been working at releasing whatever troubles or trials or challenges that I've gone through, it's still good to continue that. So without further ado, thank you very much. Drum roll with the questions. I know that it's a difficult, it's like super deep and like detailed, but I appreciate you coming on and
mm.
being willing and able to share whatever it is that you have. I appreciate it. It's super important. So the first question was, if you could tell your teenage self one thing, what would that be?
um to stick to whatever the hell I was gonna do and continue to make those mistakes and those decisions that I made because it all led to where I'm at right now and um I really don't regret anything that's happened in the past. I've done really bad things before. I've done really great things. But they all made me who I am today. And if any decision was changed, I guarantee you I wouldn't be where I'm at right now, and I really wouldn't want that. So I would just say to just keep doing things. You know what I mean? Just keep going. Hi, Tanya. but
Yeah.
um, but that's yeah. But that's the answer.
Yeah, no, thank you for that. I think that's super important. That's super simple, straight to the point. Um, and to be honest, and to be super vulnerable, and to be some kind of a like example or an encouragement for others to do the same. A vulnerable point for me that I would like to share is that growing up a little bit like as a like young adult, 18, 19, 20, um, uh, I sometimes like regretted, how I did things, or regretted like, the path I took, or I was like upset with myself because you know, what I did in those teen years, like, put me to where I was in those young adult years. But exactly what you said, like, don't deny none of it, don't regret none of it. Everything that we've been through is what makes us and
Hmm.
continues to do so, you know? And I think that the
I
more
got
that I'm growing and the more that I'm learning, I'm realizing that we're gonna go through whatever we're gonna go through, and we need to take our situation as it is and use it as a tool instead of a barrier. And
you.
just to share and be open right now, even me saying that, I don't always act on that. I don't always do it. But I think it's important to kind of like just give that topic a little bit of light and share on that just keep it going. We got this.
Amen. A to the man.
Yes, yes. So the chat is going on. Everybody, welcome, welcome. No, we're not late. Y'all not late to the party. We good. We still rolling over here. We good. Stick around though, Tanya. We're gonna shout out the song. I listened to the song last night. I was like up having it on replay, and I was just like, "Woo, fire!" I've been singing it on TikTok too. TikTok is the place to be. But to follow up with that, and it might not kind of like pull through because just the way you said it was perfect and crisp. But the second part to that was um if you could take that, like that advice that you just said that you would give your teenage self, what kind of advice around that topic would you give to the youth? So
um,
you said not to regret it, to and to just keep it going. I like how you said, you've done good and you've done bad. So with that, what kind of advice would you tell the youth as far as like going through that process of that?
um, make smart decisions. Make good and both bad ones. See, the thing is, when you make bad decisions, majority of the time, you're not making the bad decisions knowing they're bad decisions. You know what I mean? Sometimes you make decisions thinking it's what's best for you and what's best for somebody, but it turns out to be that's not the case. um, but still make them. You know what I mean? And um, because it's going to shape you. You're going to learn your lessons, and um, eventually you're going to get to a place of, of inner peace. Um, you know, I still haven't really found that yet, but um, yeah, just do it. You know what I mean? Just do your thing, live your life, and this is cliche and corny as hell, but just really follow your heart. You know what I mean? When you follow your brain and you follow what's right, you know what I mean? Because you're still following up here, but this is all leading down here, and and that's just it. And don't beat yourself up too much, and because we all making mistakes and we all failing every day. Um, find your find the stuff that you're doing right, and and keep telling yourself that stuff. You know what I mean? Keep on keeping on.
Keep on keeping on, period. Just
Yep.
do it. Not sponsored by Nike, but we here if you
Mhm.
need us. Yeah, man, no, I definitely agree. I feel like your advice right there is just speaking to me too, and this whole thing is specifically for teenagers, but also open abroad to everybody. And like I said again, I feel like that's speaking on me because I've done all of that, you know what I mean? I'm sometimes like super hard on myself, like we are talking about earlier. We are our worst critics. So I think that that's super important that you share that. It's not, it is a little like, we think of it as cliche and mushy or whatever, but definitely follow your heart, man, because it's like,
Yeah.
okay, this is weird and off topic, but also important to the topic. So to relate to what you just said, I actually had a dream the other night, and I was supposed to share it with my mentor, which is in comments right now. Yes,
Mm,
always follow your heart. But I was gonna share that like I had a dream and I thought it was weird because at first I was like, wait, I didn't dream that. Like, what did I watch a video? Like I was trying to remember where I saw it so I can go back and reflect to it. And you know how like when you wake up and you have a dream, like sometimes like you start to forget. But basically, I was in an old people's home, and I don't know what the heck I was doing in an old people's home, but I was with like a woman, and the woman was saying, she was like, so the dream like showed just like an old people's home, and the woman was saying like, well, either way, Chelsea, do whatever it is you want to do whatever it is your heart's calling to you to do, because at the end of the day, you're going to be like this guy over here playing chess with this other guy sitting down old. You're going to be over here like this lady in the corner reading a book, sitting down old, you know what I mean? So it's like, just do what you want to do, and then that was it. And I was like, what? I was legit like, I don't know if somebody told it to me. I don't know if like, I know I didn't watch a video because I was watching like Immigration Nation the night before. That doesn't have anything with that in it. So I was like, I think I dreamt like about that thing like happening, you know. So I thought that that was really important to say, because you know, when you're younger, you hear people saying that, but it doesn't really like click in, right? Like the deep detail of it, it doesn't click in, the message behind, until you start like growing and learning. Then that definitely like kicks in like the true definition of just follow your heart, be happy, do what you want to do.
mm. Yeah, because following your heart is hard. You know what I mean? Like, um, a- and that and that's your heart wants so many things in your heart. Um, there's so many things in your heart that you love, that you need to put attention to, that you kind of get sidetracked with, oh man, my heart needs to be a little bit over here. My heart needs to be, you know what I mean? Where so following your heart is really freaking difficult. But um, like I said, just do it. You know what I mean?
Just do
But
it.
yeah, with
Here,
the dream
Nike.
thing, but with the dream thing, I'm telling you right now, like the trick is to if you really want to, as soon as you realize that you having a dope dream, um, I don't know about you, but I can kind of control my dreams, especially when I'm sleeping. Um, so what I do is I like like I'll do something in my dream to make me like fall or something, where it'll just wake me up, and then I'm like, okay, and then I'll log that down. But I don't know if you can do that, if you got that power, but that's my superpower, is I can control
No,
my
that's
dreams. Yeah. So like if I
yeah,
ever
no,
I
that
tell people
sounds.
my dreams, yeah, I controlled it, and I did it because I wanted to do it in dreams. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that definitely, I never like really heard of like anything like that. That definitely sounds like something interesting. I'm definitely gonna like read up on that. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I know that our dreams are pretty much like our subconscious speaking to us and talking to us. So I
Mm-hmm.
definitely took that as like a major message, like, you know, yo, because I definitely was, I went through kind of like a situation where, you know, it kind of had me like a little bit down and like kind of sad and depressed about everything that's kind of like happening with the youth themselves. But like that
Mm-hmm.
message came in, and then I'm like, yeah, no, like you can be sad, you know, over here, like when you're sleeping or something, like, but right now when you're awake, you gotta be moving, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, no, definitely. Um, good stuff, man. Good stuff.
Well, you too.
The
Yeah, great
comments is
stuff.
like, yes, always follow your dream. Okay, Ray. Controlling your dream so easily. Oh, hey, he's talented or whatever. Dope.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
friend. Yeah, my friends hype me up for real, and I love them. Oh my god, I love them. Yeah, and that's another thing. Like, you gotta make sure your circle is like, anybody who says they do it alone, they lying. They lying out their butts. Eh, you got to make sure you have a circle, a core that's gonna ride with you, and that's gonna love you and want want your dreams to happen as much as you want theirs. You know what I mean? And as soon as you find that little that little click, that little circle, now you're playing ball, and now you got the Avengers on your side, and anything's possible. My bad, I said that. Sorry, so sorry.
You did. Yeah, no, I definitely agree with you. That's definitely important to know. And I'm glad that you spoke on that because I was actually going to do that in the end. But um, when I was doing like all the stuff that I was doing as like kind of like an example, I have a friend who I was like working with sales in, right? And we knew each other for like 2, 3 months. And the whole time we knew each other, we were always doing like stuff, just like, going out, having fun, like, just causing a muck or whatever, not bugging anybody, but, just being bad kids in, like, I guess, a good way. Um, but now that it's like years later, I never knew, like, she was so in touch with herself, like, growing spiritually. I never knew that she had a deep passion for kids like I have. So just that fact that we came from, like, all the partying and stuff like that, and then now realizing that, and that's super important too, because if I can share, ever since I've been doing this, all the people I've been reaching out to, fire. They've all been like fire, energizing me, giving like the hope back in me. And man, like I am such like a super emotional person, which just to let everybody know that ain't a bad thing, and I had to grow and learn that, right? But I am such an emotional person, so I'm always like up and down and all over the place. I think it's because I'm a Libra. I don't know. Um, but finding these people that were rocking with the same thing that I was doing and trying to share the same thing, the same message that I was trying to share, really like gave me hope, because I was in a dark place where I felt like, am I the only one seeing that there are kids out here in these streets that don't have a home to go to, or don't have a textbook to read, or don't have a meal to eat? And one person that really helped me out with that, she's in the comments again, Youth Coach Tay. If anybody's on here, regardless, of how old we are or anything, she's definitely been helping me out. Vulnerable moment again, just to share as a encouragement for others. I was really in a tough spot, and like you were saying, moving away from music, I was already to that point where I was gonna kind of like trickle away from everything that I was doing and put it on pause. But she consistently like hit me up every week. We kind of like break down whatever we're covering, and we cover one specific thing, one big thing every week. And every time I talk to her, it's always energy, it's always motivation. So just having, like you said, the circle and the people, around that want to help you and do the same thing. So Tay's actually in South Carolina, I believe, but I will leave her handle on my stories for everybody, and everybody else that's in here. All love, man. Big circle, all love. You got the music going, Tanya got the music going, whoever else is jumping in here, just let me know and I'll tag everybody. But yeah, to close it off, music. Leave the house. Yo, I was like doing work yesterday, and I finally got on it on YouTube, and it was like bumping. Is the music video up yet?
No, it's coming out on the 21st. Yeah, that song, I'm telling you, you gotta watch out. It's very addicting. It's you're gonna have it on you're gonna have it on repeat by accident. Yeah. No, yeah. You should definitely get into talks and doing what with her. She's an amazing person. Just such a genuine heart. Well, there she is. She commented right there. That's another superpower I have. I just say something, I can mention a name, and they go come through.
And there they are.
You know? Yeah.
And you didn't teach me that, man, because I think I do that sometimes subconsciously, but like the conscious be like moving all over the place, so I be blocking it.
And you see how you brought up, and you see how we're talking about Leave the House. Carlo V Music just joined, and he was the one of the engineers behind the song. But yeah, he mixed and mastered the thing. Yeah. Yeah, the song is great. There, Carlo V. Yeah.
So before we end everything, talk a little bit about where the people can find you. Whoever's on right now, where we can find you. I know you got a little bit multiple different Instagrams. you know, what's going on with New Wave and stuff like that, if you guys have an Instagram for that, and where to find Leave the House.
I'm so sorry. I gotta take a minute to do this. The comments. You see how they hype each other, like you know what I mean. That's the you know that you know.
That's what it
Um,
is. Good job,
yeah,
guys.
it's
Yo,
just everyone
Leave
hyping each other. Yeah, but to be fair, we do let each other know when something when you're like, oh, I love you. You could do better. You know what I mean? In a sense, but but yeah. So for me, you can find me on official I am Ray John on IG. The one that you're following me on, the first one, that's actually like my personal account. Like I'm barely even on that. But and then hold on one second, my daughter. Um, but and then on Twitter, that's at Rayminder. Spotify, I am Ray John. Deezer, I am Ray John. Title, I am Ray John. Sorry, I did that joke in another one and I thought it was funny, but it's whatever. But yeah. And then feel free to follow New Waves, Tanya J, Carlo V, J. Guam, Spell, the entire New Waves team. Um, we got a lot of stuff coming, and it's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be fun. August 21st. Uh, make sure you watch that music video. I haven't even seen the thing, but it looks amazing. So many creative people were behind it, and they really worked hard for it. So it deserves eyes. It deserves people to look, to view. I will surely send you the link as soon as it's up. But yeah.
Sweet. All right, cool. Well, before we end it, I just wanted to kind of share with the people the song because I thought it was super dope. So I think we got it going right here.
Yeah, that's the one. I got you. You got me.
Yeah.
It makes you sing like that.
That'll make me get in my text messages.
Yeah. It literally makes you just, man, my hair is enough. You know what I mean? Like, like it just makes you just release. Yeah.
Yo.
And if you have Apple Music, the lyrics is in there, so you can learn the song.
Heck yeah. Yo, I know you guys been like breaking out like the preview and everything along the way, and now it's officially out. But like last night was my first official time listening to the song, and I'm already like some of the lyrics is already stuck in my head, dude. Because I was like just flowing, you know what I mean? Like it was just chill. It was a little bit late, and it was just like smooth, like that new wave.
Yes, it's on Spotify. Yeah, Josh, we can't wait. Woo-woo.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
So thank you very much, everybody, for coming in. Everybody in the comments for hyping the comments up. Was that the New Wave fam? Was that the New Wave fam in the comments?
Yeah, that was Tanya J, Carlo V Music, Josh. Yep. I think that was wrong. Yeah.
Yes, I got you, Coach in there. Again, I'm gonna tag everybody, man. I'll tag New Wave. I'll tag you, Ray John. I'll tag Tanya. I'm gonna tag you, Coach Tay. Like I said again, y'all, if you guys are very much interested in having like a basic conversation and seeing where things go, Tay is always super great. Again, like I'm turning 30 next month, and I still, like, hey, yo, what's up? Like, this is how I'm feeling, and it's very good to have a guide and a person that's kind of like already like, experienced and established, just to kind of like, motivate you and kind of guide you. And not only that, like you were saying earlier, having that circle, to just keep each other in check. So yeah, thank you very much. I am Ray J. I appreciate it. Donnie's back. I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for coming on.
She's going crazy.
Ready.
Yep.
She's ready.
Yeah.
But yeah, I always appreciate everybody coming on. I don't know, like I said, it's such a journey about what I'm doing, and it's such a process. But yeah, I appreciate everybody jumping in and supporting.
No, yeah, Giselle, say bye. Say thanks
Tell
for
her to
having
say
us.
bye.
Sorry she just woke
Hi.
up, so she look like this, but next
Be
thing she
good,
woke up
mommy.
looking like
You
this.
good. Can you say
Say
hi to the
bye.
people?
Say hi, everybody.
What do you want to say? Do you have something to say to us?
You want to say?
Oh,
Want
that
to sing
right
your
there,
favorite song?
loud. That face right there. She loud. See that was the message right there. Thank you.